You know, there's one word you mention to a woman that'll make her cringe: menopause. And for men, it's andropause. We're talking about hormones. Well, today on the show, we're going to be talking to Dr. Kevin Cooper with Live Well MD, and we're going to be talking about hormone replacement therapy. On today's show, tune in. Could be important to you. Dr. Cooper, how are you?
Hey, very well. Thank you, sir.
Thank you for having us in here. As I mentioned, two of the worst words that you could ever say to someone as they age is menopause for women, andropause for men.
Absolutely.
And you know, it's something that, 20 to 40 years ago, it seemed like we didn't have as much problems with our hormones as we do nowadays. What kind of contributes to it? I mean, diet, lifestyle change?
Absolutely. I think both diet and lifestyle change have a lot to do with it. In the diet, I think we see a lot more steroids in the foods that we're having. Anything that we're eating, that they're trying to grow bigger food for us to eat has to have some steroids in it, and
insecticides and stuff like that.
There's all kinds of things that are going on right now. So that changes anything from children going through puberty to us going through menopause and andropause at an earlier rate.
Now, what we're talking about today is hormone replacement therapy, BHRT, bioidentical hormone replacement therapy. Is that what?
That is exactly what it is.
Tell
yes,
us
sir.
Talk about that.
Bioidentical hormone replacement therapy is replacing hormones at a human level, instead of synthetic levels, putting them back in as bioidenticals. There's a lot of research done that says that's much more effective and much safer than putting in the synthetic hormones with side chains that we can't metabolize. So we choose to do it as a bioidentical, or a human identical is what we sometimes refer to it as well. We use medications that come from plant-derived wild yam, which has exactly the same hormones that we're dealing with. So we compound those out and give them in that form.
Wild yams?
Wild yams, yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes,
I
sir.
think the yams, I think of what you eat for Thanksgiving or something like that.
That's correct. Well, wild yams in your diet is actually good for you too.
Yes, I've heard that.
But we actually compound them out and make testosterone, estrogen, progesterone, and we use those compounds in order to replace what's going on to take care of andropause and menopause.
So basically, it's like anti-aging, but from the inside.
That's correct.
That's what the whole
correct.
thing is behind, Live Well MD.
That's correct. We're while we don't want to really say that it is
replacement.
It's not. It's age-defying is probably the best term that we can use. It's an age-defying type of
maybe
treatment.
slowly, it don't stop you from aging, but maybe slows the process.
That's correct. That's
Okay.
correct. So we can take somebody who's lethargic, putting on weight, just not feeling good. They're tired all the time. They're ornery. They're cranky, and we can replace those hormones to a point
Boy,
where.
I know some people I could send to you for that.
That's great. Thank you. But we can replace it back to a younger time in their life where they weren't ornery, they weren't cranky, they weren't gaining weight, they weren't lethargic all the time, and they just feel better. Confidence levels go up, their performance goes up. We can take somebody who feels like their life is just kind of fading out and not let them age gracefully anymore. We just rather change them into a younger age for themselves, and 50 is the new 30 and 60 is the new 40.
Ooh, I like that, because I'm about to hit 60, so that's really making me feel good.
Well, you're doing very well.
Well, thank you very much. Let's separate men and women. What do you do for the men, and what do you do for the women?
Men are going to be on a program of testosterone, and we also use HCG. HCG is different than HGH. A lot of people get them confused. HCG is used to make sure that when we give testosterone will go to the brain, and it will downregulate the testosterone cycle for you. So HCG actually gets in and makes the gonads make their own androgens, testosterone, keep the libido up and keep their function up. So we're not going to downregulate only by testosterone. You see a big problem out there in the gyms, people treating themselves, and there's a lot of illegal steroid use out there. This actually takes care of those problems. Those guys are using these medications and they always do an up cycle and a down cycle, and then they clean their livers up and things like that. We don't do that. We try to move you back into an age of about 20 when we were up and on top of our game, and we never see a 20-year-old come off his own hormones. So we stay on our hormones. The reason why they do the down cycles is because they know they're harming themselves.
Right.
They have to clean their systems up. We don't have to do that.
Yeah, but that roller coaster ride has got to do some damage itself.
Absolutely, absolutely. Then the second thing is that a lot of programs out there right now, we have people that come in here and they will take a shot of testosterone every 2 weeks or every 4 weeks. It's all based on what the half-life of the drug is. And if we're going to give them a shot every 2 weeks or every 4 weeks, we're going to give them a bunch and then they're going to flatline for the rest of the month, which does nobody any good. No. So what we do is we maintain those levels. And so it's a different system where we balance the entire system out of all the hormones instead of just testosterone.
We got about 2 minutes left. How about women?
Women, on the women's side, we use a hormone, we use a combination of hormones, combination of estrogens. One of them is the estrogen that goes up during pregnancy. Mm-hmm. You know, early on in pregnancy, a lot of women are sick. At the end, it hurts a lot. But in the middle, 80 to 90% of women can work like a mule. I mean, they can just go and they feel good. We use the hormone that I believe actually gives them the glow of pregnancy, gives them the energy, gives them everything they need to do in order to be as healthy as they can. Without being pregnant. That's correct. Then we go ahead and balance that out. There are a lot of issues with estrogens, you know, possibility of creating breast cancers and things like that. New study has shown that if we put those people on progesterones, we really decrease their risks of breast cancer. So awesome. We're using estrogens and progesterones, and we also use testosterone in women. One of the biggest problems with women as they go through menopause or perimenopause is testosterone. So we go ahead and replace that as well.
How about that? Minute left. Any closing thoughts?
There's a couple of other things that we do in this clinic. We also use some machinery to reduce fat, to take care of cellulite. We have microdermabrasion machines that we use. We've got skincare lines. We've switched to Rodan and Fields. We believe that's where we get the best results with anti-aging and age-defying skincare. We have permanent cosmetics in this clinic for tattooing. And there's lots of stuff that we do here. It's very interesting and very fun.
If you'd like to find out more, what you do is you call the number on your screen, make an appointment, come out and see them. They're located in the Cedar Pops area, right down from Pop's Pizza.
That's correct.
That's right down from Pop's Pizza. So thank you so much, Dr. Cooper, for this great information for us. So men and women, you have some problems, you think maybe with the hormones, you're getting that stage of your life, give them a call, set up an appointment, come see them here at Live Well MD.